it's our letter dated August 18th. Our recommendation would be to approve the DeVita plan of lots as now submitted.
And just to touch on one thing that Dan said earlier, when the Blue Run development was approved, it only had one stub of sanitary sewer on the low end of the property. This second one just came to be between Blue Run development and DeVita, just to service these two lots. It had nothing to do with your approval of Blue Run prior to this being submitted.
Deer Creek is okay with all this?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a question, Blue Run development, didn't they change the zoning on that property? It's no longer light industrial? It's
MDR.
Village residential, what is it? What was it?
MDR.
MDR?
Yes.
It still shows light industrial on this map.
That's it.
Okay.
We can revise that one.
Did the new one revise it? Yeah?
No.
Yes, the final submit, I agree with you.
It still says light industrial on it. This didn't happen.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, Dan, and Kevin, and I think they can easily modify that, and that'll be the plan when you sign off on it. Good catch, Dan.
Well, I knew we weren't building a bunch of houses in light industrial.
Not likely.
Not lately.
Okay, do we have any comments from anybody in the audience? Hearing none, what's the board's pleasure?
Move to recommend approval, subject to satisfaction, subject to satisfaction of the township engineer.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. And I guess you don't need to sit down, do you?
Hey, Mark. When you also changed that light industrial, did you just for posterity put in the entrance road again? And I can give this to you if you like.
You know, Jackie, in your email to me, you put up a challenge that we're trying to.
Just show where that is.
Yeah, on the, sofa. Yeah. They're watching everything.
I think that would be too nice.
That's not the weirdest one.
Yeah, it is.
That's why it's so cold in here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think they're trying to balance, because it shows the sewer system.
Just give me 1 second. Okay, never mind. We're good.
Okay.
Thanks for the heads up. As long as we got those three, we can have a meeting.
Thanks.
Okay, Mark, would you like to fill us in on the next one?
Sure, Mark Schmidt, Hampton Tech, as well as Mike Rosewell, the property owner, we're both here. This property is located on a private road off of Cove Run, just north of, or west of, where Cove Run hits Rich Hill Road. It runs back a valley. This plan proposes to move the property line between the existing parcels to the north, about 150 feet or so. There's an existing dwelling there, and the property line is very, very close to that. So we're moving it so that there's some more space between the property line and the house. Mike intends to build on Cumberland.
Dan, your comments?
He has received approval from the DEP to put in a sewer.
SFTF.
What do you call it?
SFTF.
SFTF.
Small flow treatment facility.
After all your years being in Hampton, you don't know what an SFTF is?
I used to use small flow treatment plant.
No.
Real close.
So where will this small treatment plant drain to?
There's actually on the western border, there is a live stream
Okay.
that flows. The one significant natural feature that's on the property would be the stream that flows along the westerly border.
Is that
They
the one
don't
that's
flow into the
identified as
stream.
long run?
Pardon?
Is that identified as long run?
Yeah, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjacent to the driveway?
Yeah.
And the conservation district's okay with
The DEP?
DEP?
Yes.
It's okay with that being used, okay?
Yes, it's been reviewed by Dan and, designed by a company named Andrasco that specializes in treatment.
Okay, yeah.
What's this 4-foot high fence on lot 1? What's this all about?
We have a small building there.
They
It's
keep
a
goats.
fence.
Just fenced in?
It's a fence, yeah, just a fence.
Keep animals out,
Yeah,
two-legged ones.
right. They are electric.
Just wondered about that. Dan, are you ready?
I think Kevin's got one more.
Just one more question. There's a flood hazard line shown
Yes.
on this?
It's
So-
off of the FEMA maps.
All right, so nothing new gets built there?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, Dan, so we have received a copy of the Roswell subdivision plan. It was submitted to us on August 12th, 2025. We did provide a review comment letter dated August 18th, 2025. And as Mark indicated, that this is basically a subdivision of property into two lots. The first thing, if the board would look to the far right of the page, you'll see that there's an existing, believe it or not, gas. That's a gas well. It's to the right. Now, this gas well, to the best of my knowledge, and please correct me if I'm wrong, was built prior to the passage of the oil and gas ordinance by the township.
It's very old, I don't know how old.
But prior to that, but in our new oil and gas ordinance, there's certain distance restrictions to properties and things of that nature. Now, because the gas well predated the oil and gas ordinance, obviously it was grandfathered in. So what we asked, just for people coming into the plan, we asked them to put a note on the plan, just, indicating that there was a gas and oil well there. Our new ordinance, just for the board's information, indicates that, is it 500 feet from a residential structure and 250 feet from a property line, I think is the way it goes.
It's 500 feet from the structure, yes.
So, I just wanted to make sure that anybody coming into the neighborhood, knew that it was sitting there, and there would be no surprises for them. It's not really required in the ordinance, but it's just something I asked for and that they provided to us.
So basically what you're saying is when a house gets built on lot 1, it has to be far enough away so it's 500 feet from the existing well?
Because the house is existing,
On lot 1, there's not a house there right now.
so they would be out of that,
I do have a question on that, and maybe the solicitor can answer that. All right, the ordinance, to my understanding, says that they can't drill a well within 500 feet.
That's correct.
It doesn't say that they can't build a house within 500 feet. Because to me, if you're telling me that there's a well drilled on the property next to me, and then they drill a well, now I can't build 500 feet of my property, where's my compensation?
Yeah, right.
Mr. Solicitor, you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
You're saying you cannot build another house there? Within
No,
five-
you
You can?
You
can.
You
Yeah.
can, okay.
Plus, if you measure 500 feet, from that,
It barely goes over to lot 1.
yeah, it
Right.
just barely goes over,
Just
so.
100 feet or so.
So all of lot 1 would basically be fair game.
Okay.
So if they decided to further subdivide that at a later date and put 6 houses there, they'd all still be in compliance unless the ordinance changes or something like that.
Frankly, all of lot 2 is as well, because the
Yes.
well's pre-existing, so it's, as you said, it's grandfathered. If somebody chooses later to put a structure too close to it, that's not
Right.
well off.
Right, so, but I did wanna just put a note on the plan,
Okay.
just so that, like, buyer beware type of thing, because this gentleman may sell it to somebody else, and
Mm-hmm.
that way, everybody kinda knows what's going on.
Excuse me, what is the minimum then from the gas well? Is that 500 feet?
If you drill a new well, you can't put the well within 500 feet of an existing.
Oh,
well.
you're not talking about building a house?
Yeah.
Right.
I see what you're saying, 500 feet from the well,
Yeah.
okay, sorry about that.
The next thing was to provide a 10-foot wide right-of-way, for ingress and egress along that, and they have provided that easement there. The thing that well, it says here next, provide driveway maintenance easement or agreement. So, I guess what we would like you to do is to put together some type of, an agreement between your lot, 1 and 2 that says, okay, I'm gonna put stone, I'm gonna maintain it, I'm gonna snow plot. We need to know, cause if you sell, whatever, lot number 2 to someone else, or lot number 1 to someone 20 years from now, I need some type of rules and regulations between you and your neighbor, so that somebody doesn't chain it off, or, somebody agrees that, you know, we're gonna fix the potholes. I just need to know who's gonna play what game here, if you could.
Okay, well, the neighbor to the right was my wife's, aunt, and she's had just passed away, so that's gonna be something we are gonna have to figure out, you know, at least. And if nothing else, I would just want an agreement saying that they're gonna, you know, maybe people would pay $1,000 a year or something for gravel and to maintain the road.
Whatever you wanna work out.
But we gotta show you something, wouldn't you?
Just something, yeah.
I do have a boilerplate agreement that I could provide for solicitor's review and your review.
Yeah, cause we're running into the situation where we're getting some private roads or private driveways, if you wanna call it that. This case will almost be a private driveway. But, like I said, I just wanna make sure that everybody plays fair. Because, like I said, right now, you know, you're in control. But, you
Yeah,
know,
it's actually our property, correct?
yeah, 20 years from now, you know, it may not, so that way whoever sells it, you know, they know what they're getting into. Is there any artificial or natural features that are not shown in the plans that the board should be aware of?
None.
On the second page, they have provided the subsurface information. They will provide the necessary permits, of which the most important was the SFTF getting that approved, which you did. And you'll be constructing that. Provide evidence of the HOP for the existing driveway. I'm not really that concerned about it, but I know that in your response, you indicated you're gonna look for it.
Yeah, we did, there is no permit existing for it, you know, what I mentioned to you before is the driveway that's actually out there, where it parallels is actually old Cove Run.
Right.
So that, you know, obviously this driveway was there, many years ago when they relocated Cove Run at that point.
Yep, that works for
So
me.
the driveway that actually ties in is part of Legal Road.
So again, just give us a digital AutoCAD at the end. We noted that there was a series of again, sheds that are on the property line. And again, these are all pre-existing sheds at this particular point, but, you know, we'll let you you handle it however you want with that. And then finally, as Kevin noted, that there is a portion of the property that's located in the FEMA Zone A and X, and you have indicated the boundaries for that. So again, based on the foregoing, I'm sorry. If the board would look at the upper left corner, you can see where the property boundary crosses over Cove Run Road. And if you also look underneath it, there's an existing 50-foot right-of-way along Cove Run Road. And what I've asked the developer to do is to, since there's an existing 50-foot right-of-way there, in order to provide clarification in the future, would be to take that property boundary and put it on the 50-foot right-of-way. So anybody, again, looking at this plan in the future would see that the property line boundary only came up to the 50-foot right-of-way, and that would enable, again, future utilities, roadway movement, things like that, and they've agreed to that. Okay.
Yeah, if we could jump back to the second page, item H, provide evidence of highway occupancy permit. You have it marked as state route 1016, but Cove Run's a township road. I know it was a state road at one time, but it was our road.
So based on that, you want to strike off state route 1016 on your plans?
Yeah, I'm sure we just got that off the highway map.
Thanks, Jeff. So based on the foregoing, we would recommend approval of the Roswell subdivision plan conditioned upon our letter dated August 18th, 2025, and that the property line would be moved along the Cove Run Road 50-foot easement, and State Route 1016 would be stricken from the plans.
Any comments from the board?
Just out of curiosity, those sheds along the easterly property line, whose are they?
The neighbors.
The neighbors, okay.
Yeah, if you, we looked at that before, there's actually if you look at the second sheet where the topo is, you'll see that there's a level area up there. And, you know, it's just a case of the
People just
property
walk back
owners
and
up there,
put a
saw this
shed
big
back.
level area with
Yeah.
a big steep hill behind it, so
Yeah.
no one's gonna bother me if I put something there.
But the one that's labeled shed wood rack, that's your clients, right?
None of them are.
No, oh,
They're on the adjoining property.
that's a fairly significant trespass.
50 feet.
50 feet, yeah, okay. Okay.
The important thing about the agreement on the maintenance of the roadway, so emergency vehicles can get through at any time, summer, winter, fall, whatever. Any other comments from the board? Somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion
What's your motion?
to approve,
Based
I
on
said-
the engineer's,
based on the engineer's report
okay?
and his, comments, driveways.
And I'll make a second to that. Any further discussion? Any comments from the audience? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you, thanks, Mark.
Okay. We have no advisory presentations, no new business, no old business.
Thank you.
We all
See you.
got the letter of correspondence. I guess we have no further business. I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
Anything we should know of coming down the pike, Jeff?
I don't even know.
I'll take that as a no.
I don't know of anything right now.
Okay.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion to adjourn.
Peter, good. We have a second?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Jackie, these.